Hello class, it's Miss Roberts here, and today we're going to review the LinkedIn assignment. Now, in this course, we talked about leadership, proper communication skills, power. We've talked about organizational communication, organizational culture. We've run the gamut. But in this particular section, the social media section, which doesn't have a book and a chapter, but I do have associated readings, we want to explore social media and its place in both an organizational role and its places in our lives, not only personally, but as professionals or future professionals. So, LinkedIn, sometimes controversial, but it's a helpful tool to help you connect with people in your industry. And you can use it as a jumping off point for branching out into other personal brands. So, for example, if you want to create an online business, you can have a LinkedIn, then branch out into others like Instagram or TikTok or Facebook. Or you might want to just keep one professional online presence, that being LinkedIn. I like to use LinkedIn to help me post accomplishments I do at work or projects that I've done at work or archive projects of my past. So I'm going to review the assignment and show you my LinkedIn. Let's begin. All right. So here is the LinkedIn assignment. So I assigned this in other classes and as extra credit. However, in this class, I really want us to create one, or if you do have one, work on it to make it more robust. Excuse me. I also have an article right here to give you some tips of how to make a better LinkedIn page. Think about your LinkedIn and your resume as like living documents. There's always going to be changing and evolving. During this class, you're also going to do a resume, not right now, but you can use ideas or take information from your LinkedIn page and incorporate it into your new or updated resume. So first you're going to go to LinkedIn. If you already have LinkedIn, go ahead and log in. If not, you can sign up, put in your information, and then begin. So some of us might have to create a LinkedIn from scratch. Some of us might just be updating. But if you do have a rudimentary resume or just any information about your previous experience on you, then you can start inputting that information. So you're going to create a profile and then you're just going to complete all those areas for the 25 points. You're going to have a picture. When I say professional picture, you don't have to go to the mall and get the headshots unless you want to. The picture I have on my LinkedIn I'm going to show you was taken in this office a couple years ago. So might need to update it, but it's the same a little bit. But if you have a picture that you feel comfortable showing in professional setting, maybe you might want to wear a nice top, do your hair, and take a picture or take a selfie or have someone else take a picture of you in a white background or a professional background. So you don't necessarily have to spend money, but you do want to have a picture that you are comfortable with showing to a professional platform. Then also have a summary about who you are, your experience. Later on the semester, we're also going to talk about our elevator pitch. So you can use this activity or use this assignment to help you with that one as far as summarizing your experience and kind of selling your skills and expertise in a very short amount of time or space. Then just put your work experience, internships, part-time or full-time experience, leadership roles, research, volunteer work, whatever that experience is, put it in there. If you want to put class projects, talk about additional skills, expertise in education, put it in there. So if you have a LinkedIn, but it has some elements, but not all of those elements, okay, this is the time to beef that up. Especially this is a level 300 class where juniors or seniors or above. So You want to make sure to put your best foot forward in both the in-person space when we go to interviews and in a digital space with your LinkedIn. And then, as part of this assignment, you want to research career groups, organizations you may want to join. So, as part of the rubric, I want to see that you joined a few LinkedIn organizations. There, you can connect with people in the field that you're interested in. And I'll show you what mine looks like in a moment. Then, pretty much to get credit, just send me the link. I'll go ahead, take a look. Use the rubric to see if you met all those points, and if you have, great job. You've set yourself up for beginning of a LinkedIn page. So here's the rubric and the criteria. You're going to have a photo in the headline. I'll show you what that is in a minute. Where you have your photo that you're comfortable using for LinkedIn and a brief description underneath that talks about maybe your expertise. And you can also look at other examples on LinkedIn. Details of your experiences, skills and accomplishments, education and certifications. So your education is in progress apparently because you're at Cal State San Bernardino. So you put that information in, and of course, put it in your anticipated graduation date. And the groups or companies. So for this requirement, you're going to follow at least 2 groups and 2 companies. So I want to see that you're following groups and companies that you're interested in. And of course, this is basic. If you already have that, that's great. But if not, go ahead and follow those groups and companies of organizations that you like, that will help your career, excuse me, professional organizations or companies you may want to work for. So next I'm going to show you my LinkedIn page. Okay, so let me go ahead and scroll up. Now it looks a little different because it's the back end. It might look a little different if you actually go to LinkedIn, Sabrina Roberts PR. The reason why it's PR, because initially in my career, I wanted to pursue public relations, and I joined LinkedIn, and I want to say 2008, 2009, because my instructor made us have a LinkedIn super early. So super early adopter just because my teacher made us. And okay, maybe I shouldn't say made us. She strongly encouraged us to get one, and I've been using it ever since. So this is my picture from a couple of years ago in this very same office. I have my little background here. So this is optional, but I used Canva. If you're familiar with Canva, you can use images, and it's just basic photo editing tools. And you can create your cover page or your cover heading. Or you can add a picture. I used to have the picture of a keyboard on mine, but I decided to just create my own like professional heading. And I'm an instructor, obviously, online learning trainer. I also train other instructors on how to teach online, and an instructional design and ed tech enthusiast. So I like to learn more about how to design online courses better and different ed tech software. Now, this is the headline I was talking about. It doesn't have to be this elaborate, but for me, I just put down some of the roles that I have. Pretty much it's a mirror of this. Again, this part is optional. You can just put a picture that makes sense. You don't have to create something like this unless you want to. If you want to, you can use Canva to do so. So this is my picture. I put my degree, my master's. You don't have to do that, but you definitely have to put your name and picture. So you'll get analytics on your end about your impressions. You can also pay. I don't pay for LinkedIn. You don't have to either. But if you're on a job search, you can pay for the premium to unlock these features. All right. So this is my summary. So this is my about. So this has changed over the years, but I just say that I'm currently a communication studies instructor, instructional specialist, and online learning trainer. I'm passionate about helping learners make connections with the course materials and their own experiences. I maintain student engagement in the learning process by integrating technology, discussions, case studies, and activities in the course design. And then I talk about my additional background. You don't have to do that, but you can also keep the about section as short as this. So it's totally up to you, but at least have something there that succinctly describes your work experience and what you're about. Okay? I just put my skill sets in there. That's also optional, but definitely have just a little boilerplate or a little blurb about what you do and what you're about. Have a featured section, so you don't necessarily have to have the featured section either. But if you do have certificates, certifications, just files that you may want to showcase, you can put that there as well. Just add posts, newsletter, articles. So especially as communication studies majors, if you have publications that you want to feature on your LinkedIn page, here's a great spot to do so. This is my activity. So you can post updates, videos, share insights with people in your field and people in your connections list. So here's my experience. So remember, it looks a little rough because it's the back end. It's not as polished as if you were to just go on yourself. But I have experience working at 3 institutions. Here's my course reviewer, online course facilitator. Here's what I'm doing right now. And pretty much you just put the years, what time, what month, day and month you started. Is it to the present or did something end? So for example, in June 2022, I worked on a seasonal position as a faculty facilitator for the Canvas Summer Institute, teaching instructors how to create a Canvas page. And that was only 1 month. So I put that for 1 month. And pretty much my work experience. So I'll show you a previous job I have. Excuse the scrolling. So this is when I was a writing consultant and multidisciplinary tutor at Chaffey College. This is my beginning and ending date and some of the tasks that I've done. If you notice on the bottom, you also see skills. So let me use Cal State San Bernardino as an example. Online teaching, Canvas, teaching, public speaking, higher ed, teacher training, e-learning, course design. So the skills that are in your rubric, what you can do is you can edit. This is the back end, company name, location. You can also have location types if you have an on-site, hybrid, or remote. I do all three. So I didn't put one there, but you can put that one there. I'm still here. Thank goodness. I love working at this school. And the description, profile headlines, and you can add skills. So the top skills that are in there will be featured in the description of my job. You can add a skill. So if I want to type about project management, you'll see that there are pop-ups at the end, okay? So add a couple of skills in there, and when you search for a job, it can put you in those job search results. So that's where those skills came from. So even if you have your information on LinkedIn, as the years went on, they added more features. So let me get out of my job history. This is my Disney World job. I put that in there. Then you have the option, as a long time ago, we have the option of saying, okay, well, I'm not going to put every job on LinkedIn. And you can just put your most recent or more relevant ones. It's totally up to you. I've had this for a long time. If you have any certifications, throw them up there. So because I am teaching other Cal State instructors how to do online courses, I had to get certifications in order to do that. I also have certifications from LinkedIn. LinkedIn has their own certifications. You may have to pay for them, but if you could get them for free, go ahead. I have community college certifications. I went to Mount SAC. So in between my graduate studies and bachelor's and graduate studies, I pursued a small business management certificate. So it was a skill certificate. I took 3 business courses and I earned a certificate in 2010. And when I was a tutor at Mount San Antonio College, I earned the CRLA certification. So if you were a tutor at school or in a college, you may be familiar with this as well, but it's the National Tutor Certification. So if you do have a certification, mine's run the gamut. You might have certifications in other fields and skills too. Excuse me, in certain fields as well. Go ahead and throw them up there. If you've done projects for school or projects for work, throw them up there. So every time I've done a project, the one current project I'm working for is associated with Chaffey College. I am creating resources for instructors to use, excuse me, online educational resources, low cost of free materials, and they can use those resources for their class. So that's what I'm working on now. But if you have any school projects, work projects, what skills are associated? You can put videos in there too. You can put that up, especially if you don't have an extensive work history. You can showcase what projects you're working on. So this is pretty much how I use LinkedIn. There's other features as well that I don't show necessarily in this video, but I do have the link to, excuse me, I did provide the link to like the 20 ways to improve your LinkedIn page. And there might be other features that might be useful to you. So it's not an extensive list. Sorry, I was just trying to figure that out. Okay, so here are the skills. So you can showcase particular skills and attach those skills to the jobs that you have. So for example, if I have web-based content writing and I worked on web-based content writing when I was a content writer at a local listing. Save. And that skill has been added to my list of skills. So here's my web content writing, content writer at eLocal listing. So you can dive more into your skills. And in this exercise, it really helps you take a deeper dive in what you know. Because in my experience, I take for granted what I know, or I might not be sure, or I might have skills that I haven't used for a long time. So in this project, I hope that you kind of dig deep and figure out what you know, what you're good at, especially if you're going to be graduating soon, just being able to articulate what you know, what skills you have, and what can you offer an organization. Or if you decide to open up your own business, what is your experience and skills and your expertise that will help you with the publics and customers that you will serve? Okay. So these are recommendations from a long time ago. Now, recommendations are not required for this assignment, but once you have your LinkedIn page up and ready and you've made connections, hey, put me as a connection. That's cool. You can go ahead and ask for recommendations. And I've received some recommendations and I've given recommendations. If you have publications, this is from a long time ago, but if you currently publish on your own blog or publish for a company or publish for Casa San Bernardino, go ahead and put it on there. You can even put your courses. I told you I had this for a very long time, so I've made a decked out LinkedIn. Of course, you don't necessarily have to put your courses in there for the sake of this assignment, but if you want to, you can. So I just put in courses from my education. I had to dig deep because I went to 4 different colleges, two community college, 2 community colleges, 1 university for undergrad and 1 university for grad school. I went to grad school here. So if you want to, you can go ahead and put it in your classes. Not necessarily required for this assignment, but it's an option. If you have any honors and awards, scholarships, you can put that there as well. Not 100% necessary for the assignment, but it's a way for you to put those things in there, especially as the year goes on. And if you're a senior about to graduate or you participate in different projects, different clubs, you might be awarded certain things, you might receive scholarships this year. Go ahead and put that information on here. Here are some professional organizations. So as an instructor, I belong to the National Communications Association. Look up some organizations that you may want to belong to. Here are companies, groups that I joined. So here are some of my groups. Well, I was digging deep in. So Online Educators Network, Alumni Network. So you're required to at least find 2 groups that you may want to join, and at least 2 companies. So if you already have that there, cool. But if not, figure out some companies you may want to work for. Okay. And that's about it. I just wanted to demonstrate what all the things you can do with LinkedIn. I do have, let me go ahead and go back to my full screen. I do have requirements based on a rubric, and I did show you extra things that you can do with your LinkedIn. As we go on to this course, not only are you going to learn more aspects and more things about business communication, but have some useful skills and some materials such as the LinkedIn page, resume, cover letter, and other assignments that you can take with you and use. Thank you so much for joining me today, and thanks so much for being in the class. I look forward to having more conversations about business communication, and I can't wait to see all your great and awesome LinkedIn pages. Please let me know if you have any questions. All right, bye.